What is that?
This is cool.
It's expensive. If we do this, we definitely need to give some money away. In this video, we're going to be staying in a $7 million home in the desert. And we're also going to be giving one of you an opportunity to take a vacation worth up to $1,000. Our channel sometimes turns into like The Price is Right.
Yeah.
You know, where we're like, and in this episode, we're giving away $1,000.
I feel like if we're gonna have an experience, you should have an experience.
That's true, yeah.
So as you can imagine, this is a pretty expensive video to make.
Our most expensive, I think, to date.
Yeah, and the video is sponsored by Storyblocks. So thank you so much to Storyblocks for helping us make this happen. We'll be using some of their footage throughout this episode. So what we ask of you is to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That'll help us get more views on this video and maybe make the money back in AdSense. Who knows?
We would appreciate it. Welcome to a wildly different episode of The Breakdown.
Watch the breakdown.
Okay, so why are we doing this? Why are we staying in a $7 million home in the desert?
Because it's dope. All right, let me explain this. One night I was laying in bed and I was just watching different news clips, just catching up on what was going on, and I came across this news clip.
And new consumer research and travel data indicate a new fluidity in how families are vacationing the rest of the year. And Vrbo, an online marketplace where people can rent whole private vacation homes, has dubbed one of the biggest changes flexcations.
Yep, you heard him. He said flexcation.
Flexcations.
That's an entirely new word.
New word. Probably my favorite new word of 2020.
Samir liked this word so much that right after he watched this video, he came into the office and the first thing he said was, "We're taking a flexcation." And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, let us explain the flexcation. 2020 has shaken up a lot of things in our lives, and probably one of the most notable aspects of life that it's shifted is the workplace.
Traditionally, work has been very structured. The more a company can control the day-to-day operations, the more that they can find efficiencies and make strategic decisions. But over time, companies have evolved and the office dynamic has changed. We've seen flexible, open offices and remote workers. In 2008, when the recession hit, a lot of companies downsized and saved money by making their workers remote and not paying rent on huge office spaces. Even when the economy returned, the trend of remote work continued because companies saw that their workers were still pretty efficient and they were actually happier to have a more flexible work experience.
You have time to focus on your own. You have time to structure your time as you want. And managers aren't judging you by the proxy of how often you are sitting in your seat.
So now with COVID, work has entered an entirely new chapter.
Right about now, for many, it means working from home. That is the new normal.
So back in March, about 30% of the US workforce was remote. Now that number is closer to 70%. So we have tons of people who now are working from home and don't even necessarily need to work from home. They can work from anywhere. And because they can work from anywhere, they're not taking time off to take vacations. They're taking what are called flexcations, where you do a little bit of work and vacation.
And this is showing up in the creator world quite a bit. I think probably most notably in creator houses.
We decided to bring all of our friends together to spend quarantine in one place where we could pump out content and just have a good time.
Because like if you move into a creator house, you're working, but it's also kind of a vacation with your friends.
The reason we wanted to take a flexcation so badly is because we've done the opposite this year. I feel like when everyone was working from home, we actually ended up getting an office and putting down roots and just grinding every single day in the same spot. Looking at photos of people in Utah and Mexico, taking flexcations left and right.
Why is it that everyone on Instagram is just always in Greece? Why is that a thing? Oh, everybody is just always in Greece.
It's as if all of my friends are in Greece.
This flexcation thing really spoke to us.
Yeah, we really needed a flexcation.
We needed a flexcation. So the first thing we had to do was look for the right spot to take this flexcation.
On a budget.
On a budget, but things got a little bit out of hand.
I put together some options for our flexcation.
Let's try and keep everything under $200.
Cut that part out of the video, Jesse. We're not doing that. It's got 2 bedrooms.
How are the reviews?
There's mildew growing on the tent and the backyard. Why don't we try Malibu?
Ooh, $5,000 a night?
Yeah, that's...
Have they lost it? It's too hot to go to like Joshua Tree, right?
Is it? Air conditioning is non-negotiable. We're gonna want a pool.
Back, let's get. What is that?
This is cool. This is available. Like, come on.
No, that's way over. That's almost $1,000 over budget. Nah, dude.
No?
No. If we do this, we definitely need to give some money away to someone in need. Or we need to figure something out here.
Invisible House is the most spectacular house in Joshua Tree. Visited by celebrities and recording artists, this 22-story steel and glass skyscraper is placed on its side and fused into a boulder-covered mountainside. A dramatic 100-foot swimming pool runs through the length of an open living room. It's featured in design and lifestyle publications worldwide. Welcome to Invisible House. Dude, we've been working our asses off for the past 6 months since COVID hit.
Yeah.
We owe ourselves a flexcation. Jesse, you got to look at this place.
Come look at this.
You got to look at this place. It has an indoor pool, Cole. This looks like the type of place that we could come up with $1 million idea.
So a couple days later, we packed up the car and we were on our way to stay in the $7 million invisible house in the desert.
We're about an hour out. Flexcation mode is activated. Definitely not in LA anymore. This is insane.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, look at that place.
What is happening?
All right, made it to Joshua Tree, made it to our destination. When we first started making videos, we used to travel around the country and there was 3 of us and we used to stay in a 1-bedroom hotel room.
For years.
For years. And we'd sleep on the ground, we'd sleep wherever we needed to.
And then even when our company got acquired, they would try and give us our own rooms. And we were like, well, why would we
Well,
need
then
our
we
own
were like
rooms?
uncomfortable
Yeah,
because
it
we
was too
had
much
done it for
space.
years. But man, this is a far departure from what this all looked like when we first started 10 years ago. This is one of the craziest things ever. All right, here we go. Oh God, that's hot. Oh my God. Ah. Holy sh... All right, let the flexcation begin.
I think this is about as hard as you could possibly flexcation. Look at this place.
Yeah, this place is crazy. All right, we better show you around. Sink number 1, number 2, number 3, sink number 4, sink number 5, and finally, sink number 6. You ever stayed at a place with 6 sinks? This is the kitchen area. Behind me, that is one of probably 5 living room areas. A view right there, a view right here.
The kitchen is also basically like a science lab. Is this for coffee?
I don't know.
Feels very Breaking Bad to me. You know what I mean?
Whoa. There's also all kinds of mirrors all over this house. Like this mirror is actually a door. Right? Nope, that's not a door.
This mirror is a door.
Oh.
Here. This mirror is a door.
All right, let me in. That's a shower with a view of the outside. Master bed. This room opens right up to the swimming pool. I mean, that's pretty insane. This swimming pool is probably one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen in any house ever. You truly can't understand the size of this thing. It is so big.
Flexcation. Okay, so one of the companies that's given us an opportunity to work this year, as well as now an opportunity to relax a little bit, is Storyblocks.
So one of the great parts about Storyblocks is when we're traveling, and let's say maybe we actually just want to take in the scenery and we don't really want to film, but we still want to show you guys what it's like here in Joshua Tree, we can actually just pull the footage from Storyblocks library.
Like this shot. or that shot, or this shot.
We didn't take those shots, but we're here in Joshua Tree and we just got to show you around while we're relaxing. With the Storyblocks Unlimited All Access plan, they have everything that you need to tell a story. From video to music to sound effects and even After Effects templates.
They also have really flexible subscription plans so you can find a plan that works for you no matter what your budget is.
So head to storyblocks.com/Colin and Samir. The link is in the description to sign up.
We're working with Storyblocks this year on a year-long basis, and doing that has been extremely rewarding for us, and it allows us to experiment and do things like this.
And that means a lot, like actually giving us the opportunity to be creative, tell stories, and keep making videos for all of you. And now, the opportunity to take a flexcation. We didn't want to just like flex on you guys in this video.
No,
you know?
it's not right to flex
not.
just for flex's sake.
No, everyone knows the first rule of flexing is if you're gonna flex oneth, then you must flex forth. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right, so if you want to win the $1,000 to take your own flexcation,
you're actually gonna have to wait until the end of the video for the giveaway, because this story is not over yet.
All right, now it's actually time to just relax.
Yeah.
How do I get off this rock? I really put myself in a compromising situation here. Ugh. All right, good morning from Joshua Tree. Honestly, it's pretty cool to wake up in like a brand new environment and an environment that's just so spectacular on the outside. It's definitely been really interesting this year, just almost some days feeling like it's Groundhog's Day, where you just do the exact same thing. You wake up and the news is all bad and everything just feels like it's kind of coming down on you. So having something just different to look at, like a different perspective. I think that's something that's really cool about this morning. You think we sat in every chair here?
I haven't sat there,
That's a good one.
and I haven't sat in this one.
I did wash my hand in every sink.
I heard about that.
What do you think like one big lesson from 2020 is that you'll take with you for the rest of your life?
Anything can happen. Like the world can totally change in an instant. And you have to understand that. And it can be an empowering thing to understand it.
I think knowing that makes you, more interested in making certain decisions that would just make you happy now. All right, time to pack up and head back to LA. Now, of course, this was a really incredible experience. The house was out of this world. It was unlike anything we've ever stayed in. But the reality is the last time we went to Joshua Tree together was actually in an RV with Jack Coyne.
We were on a major budget at that time.
I think that whole trip cost like $500.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is one of the most memorable trips of my 20s. Like, we stayed in RV parks, which were like $60 a night. We were able to get some Wi-Fi. We used our phones as hotspots, and we were able to do work. We were able to edit, reply to emails. We got to jump in the ocean. I bring that up because this trip was awesome. It was fun to go make this video, but at the core of it, it's all just about changing your environment, changing your perspective, and you can do that in so many different ways. It's just like, there's so many different ways to achieve what's amazing about traveling and flexcationing. So now we want to give one of you $1,000 to go on your own flexcation. So again, to enter, you have to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and put something in the comments. Where do you want to flexcation, and who do you want to flexcation with? How many times do you think we said flexcation?
I don't know. I would hope someone would go through, count it all up, and put it in the comments. Flexcation.
Flexcation!
This is what a flexcation is all about, man. Not that that is going to increase your chances of winning, but, you know.
Flexcation.
It would be nice. Thanks again to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. Seriously, you guys have made this year so unbelievable for us, just supporting our creativity, allowing us to do all types of different videos, including this one. Definitely go check out Storyblocks. The link for that is in our description.
Lastly, check out our podcast channel. We'll link that in the description as well. We've been having a lot of fun just experimenting, putting up some longer conversations. So if you haven't checked it out, check out our podcast channel.
Like the video, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, where would you flexcation? Who would you flexcation with? Peace.
Watch the breakdown.
This place was really unique. Yeah.